everyone, this is Ravdeer's blog of Animation Bliss, and welcome to the Disney Corner. So today's animated movie I'm going to talk about for the Disney Corner is The Lion King. Now, The Lion King was made in 1994, and for a while it was like the highest rated movie for Disney until Frozen came along. This has always been one of my all-time favorite films, and I'm going to talk about why this was my all-time favorite Disney film of all time. So if I do those little giveaway things sometime on this channel or whatever, my main channel, and I ask the question, what is my favorite Disney movie? It's going to be The Lion King. So let's talk about what this movie is all about. So what this movie is all about is that we see a young lion cub named Simba, who's the next in line to become king after his father Mufasa. But it turns out that Mufasa's evil brother Scar wanted to become king himself. So he decided that he decides to concoct a plan to kill Mufasa. And once Scar kills Mufasa, he decides to try to get rid of Simba midway through the film, and blames Simba for killing Mufasa, even though it was Scar who killed Mufasa but not Simba. So Simba ends up running away from the Prairie Lands, and he meets up with Timon and Pumbaa, and he stays away from the Prairie Lands for a few years until he's all grown up. And later on in the film, it turns out that Mufasa's ghost is trying to tell Simba, you need to go back to the Prairie Lands and take back your rightful throne as the king of the Prairie Lands. So Simba goes back to the Prairie Lands, and that's all I can say about the movie so far without spoiling too much of the ending. So that's pretty much what The Lion King is all about. Is that it's about a young lion cub named Simba who was framed of killing his father when he really didn't do it, and he goes on this journey to discover his true place as being the king of the Prairie Lands, and making new friends along the way, but still trying to figure out that he's the king of the Prairie Lands. He's got to take his kingdom back from his evil uncle Scar. So what are my thoughts about this movie? Well, as I said before, this is my all-time favorite Disney film. And there's a lot of reasons why this is my favorite Disney film. The biggest reason is because of how the film approached a lot of the themes in the film. Approach a lot of the more hardcore themes. Like, I like how this film approached the theme about finding yourself, or, you need to take responsibility for your own actions. Like, the fact that, Simba was suffering throughout the movie about, he wanted to stay away from the Prairie Lands because he believed that he killed his father, and throughout the film, he realizes, I can't keep, blaming myself for what happened to my father. I gotta go back and save the Prairie Lands from Scar because everybody's in danger. So, I like how the film approached that mentality. How Simba, starts to own up to his own responsibilities of being the king of the Prairie Lands and try to save the Prairie Lands from Scar. So I really like that theme of the movie. Also, this was one of those few films that explore the tragedies of death in the family member. Like, we see Mufasa get killed in this film, and we see Simba like mourning over Mufasa's death. And I will say that was one of the saddest scenes I ever seen in any Disney film, was Mufasa's death. So I love how that scene was played out. I love the seeing the reaction Simba got from it. Like, he blamed himself for what happened to Mufasa. For a long while he didn't want to go back to the Prairie Lands because he couldn't face what happened to Mufasa. So I really enjoy seeing that reaction to Simba's reaction to Mufasa's death. And I also like how the beginning of the film showed the relationship between Mufasa and Simba at the beginning. It showed that they were very close to each other. So when Mufasa actually dies, the emotion Simba feels really hits the audience, since that Simba really cares about Mufasa, and the fact that he gets killed just really upsets Simba greatly. So I really enjoy seeing how all that played out. So let's talk about the characters. Like, I really love Simba's character because it's like he started off the film saying, oh, I'm gonna be king and everybody does what I have to say. But then towards the middle of the film, he starts to realize, there's more to being king than just telling people what to do. I have to save people too, or I have to know, like, I can't doubt myself when I become king. There's so much responsibility that I have to take, and I like how Simba matures throughout the film and starts seeing, that he can't run away from his problems. He's got to face them. And that's what I've really enjoyed about Simba's character progression throughout this film. I like Timon and Pumbaa in this film. I think they were fantastic comedy reliefs. They weren't annoying. They were probably one of my favorite parts of the film, was that, you know, they're the comedy relief, and yet this film can be so serious when it can be, but it's nice to have like a good comedy relief to balance out the seriousness in this film. And I like how Timon and Pumbaa is able to balance out the seriousness of this film by being comedy reliefs to the film. And last but not least, let's talk about both Mufasa and Scar. I really like Mufasa's character because it shows that not only is he a great king, but he's a caring father for Simba. Like, he tries to teach Simba the difference between right and wrong, how to be a good king, and it's clear that he really cares about Simba and would do anything to protect him. So I really like seeing that side of Mufasa, being a caring king but also being a caring father to Simba, and I just love seeing that relationship between the two of them. And I really love the character of Scar. Like, he's a fantastic villain. He's like probably one of my top 5 Disney villains of all time, because the fact that he could be so manipulative towards Simba, and the fact that he was willing to kill his own brother just to become the king of Pride Rock was like really made him into such a sinister character. And you know, I just love Scar's character as a villain. He makes a very effective villain because he could be so manipulative. He could be like, you know, he could tell people what he wants to do, and, you know, tell people lies. You know, he was just such a manipulative villain. And again, he ranks as one of my favorite Disney villains of all time. So did I have any problems with this movie? No. I think this movie was perfect. Like, there wasn't a lot of flaws in it, and from where I'm standing. So I really enjoyed this movie for what it was. It's just a fantastic film for both the adults and the kids. You know, the kids can enjoy the comedic aspects in the film, while the adults can enjoy the mature themes going through the film. So I think this is a film that really explores both aspects really well. So would I recommend The Lion King? Yes, definitely yes. This is like my all-time favorite Disney film because of how it approached the themes, the mature themes, and managed to balance out the comedy elements in the film. So I would definitely recommend this film if you're a huge fan of animal films. This is probably one of the best animal films being made. So I definitely would go ahead and watch The Lion King if you haven't already seen it. Definitely check this out. It's definitely worth your time watching. So that's my review on The Lion King, and be sure to follow us on Twitter so we keep up to any new videos we post up, and also like our Facebook page. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. This is Rowdy's blog of Animation Bliss, and I'll see you later.